Okay, so today we are going to discuss about an interesting topic and which we all need in our daily life, mm, and that is the art of avoiding. And I'm going to discuss some of the some of the people, some of the habit that we must avoid. When I was studying in school, long time back, probably I was studying in fourth standard. We had a small book, and I still remember there it was written that who is the good warrior, and it was written on a ancient king of India. I cannot recollect the name of the king, but someone asked the question to the king that who is the great warrior, and the king replied, the great warrior is the person who choose his battle. And he mentioned that the ancient king mentioned that all the battles are not meant to be engaged and fought. Sometimes we have to avoid some of the battles. Uh, why? Because we all have, limited time and energy. So sometimes in our daily life, we should not meddle with something, we should not engage with something, and we should not deal with something. We need to avoid them. Otherwise, we will drain our energy and we will waste our time. And today's session is all about the art of avoiding. And this avoiding does not mean that you are not taking your responsibilities or you are skipping something which is not ethical. Here, avoiding means something which is not good for your brain health or your mental health or your well being, something which drains your energy, something which triggers you, something which, uh, make you irritated. And it's not our job or our duty to explain things to people because some people will never understand. So first we are going to talk about a few habits that we must avoid, or I should say we must give up. And okay, just a quick check. My voice is loud and clear to everyone, right? You all can hear me, hear my voice loud and clear. Okay, okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. And there are many habits. Okay, great. Thank you, Saren. There are many bad habits that we must give up. But I have chosen a couple of things which is common to all of us, and it's very relatable. There are many things that we should avoid, but due to time constraint, I uh, cannot discuss on all the things. But yes, I have chosen three things which is very important in the modern time. The first thing is limiting our screen usage, or limiting our, the gadgets that we use uh, outside the time of our working. Yes, when we are working, we have to use laptop or computer or mobile phone or tablet, but when we are not working, outside the time of working hours, we need to limit our screen time. And the most important thing that we should give up is the doom scrolling. Uh, when internet first came, I can remember in USA and in Europe it came first, but in India it came little later. But that time we did not have this kind of scrolling mechanism. The internet connection was very slow. We could only see websites. But now, if you look at the the mechanism of internet, and we have unlimited internet, and we have most of the sites, the social media, mostly social media, they have kind of scrolling mechanism, and sometimes we keep on scrolling without having any purpose, or without having any intention, without having any aim. We are just scrolling and scrolling. uh, what does science say about this doom scrolling? the, when we are seeing all the different kind of content, on social media site, or on a different uh, site, this rapid fire kind of content. So you are watching a video on a cat, the next moment you are watching a video about the war, the war which is happening right now. The next time you are watching an advertisement, the next time you are watching a video about maybe the economy and something. So this rapid fire kind of content, it drains the glucose in our prefrontal cortex, and prefrontal cortex is responsible for taking logical decisions. So when the glucose is drained in the prefrontal cortex, its efficacy, decreases. It reduces our focus, and it overactivate our dopamine loops, and that is why the scrolling mechanism, everywhere it's there, in social media and video sites. This scrolling mechanism is exactly like a kind of casino kind of thing. So you don't know, you're excited what is going to happen in the next video, and when you are watching the next video, you're excited to watch the third video, and this is how the fake dopamine gets released and you get addicted. uh, so that thing we should avoid. Most of the people I have seen that they use the mobile phone in their bed, after they wake up, they're checking social media, they're watching reels, they're watching news, you know just lying down in their bed, so early morning. And sometimes people, they engage in late night binge watching. Maybe they're watching some shorts on Netflix movies or something. Now this mobile phone and the bed, it's a very dangerous combination. uh, the first thing that we can do, at least give up this habit, that I am not going to use mobile phone on my bed. Yeah, because when you are on your bed, you think you have enough time. The psychology changes, and you keep on scrolling and scrolling. Even I also had done it. Right now, I have made a very strict rule. I'm not going to take my mobile phone on the bed. I put my mobile phone in the next room and not on the bed. So this early morning mobile usage and the late night mobile usage we should avoid. And this mobile and bait combination, very dangerous combinations that we should uh, give up. The second thing, today we all are having very sedentary lifestyle. Most of us are working on computer, laptop, and the physical uh, movement uh, has become very, very less. So sitting for hours has become a very normal thing these days. Uh, Again, when you are sitting for a long time, what happens? You know, it starves the brain uh, for oxygen, because when we are not moving, the the brain is being deprived of cerebral blood flows, so less oxygen is going inside your brain, and it lowers the BDNF. So BDNF is a kind of a protein, a brain growth protein, or you can say in a very layman term, the BDNF is like a fertilizer. When we have higher amount of BDNF inside our brain, we learn things faster. We have a very sharp memory. We have a very higher uh, emotional resilience. But when we have a lower amount of BDNF, just opposite happens. We have brain fog, we have very low mood, we have some kind of cognitive decline. That is why you may have experienced that something was not coming to your mind, something you are not able to solve, and you took a quick walk and the idea came to your mind, or you could solve something. uh, I don't know, there was a very famous incident. So when Nikola Tesla was very young, probably 24 and 25, and he was thinking about AC, alternate current motor, and he was trying to design a AC motor diagram that which will work without getting burned. He was not able to succeed. He was putting so much time and effort, and it was affecting his mind and body. So one of his friends suggested him to, take a walk every day in a nearby park. That time he was living in Budapest, and he took his advice. He went to the park, and he saw the wonderful sunset, and he was taking a stroll. And as he was walking, experiencing a gentle breeze and wonderful sunset, and he started reciting a poetry. Suddenly, a diagram came to his mind, and he actually thought that it's a kind of hallucinations or something. And he took a stick, uh, maybe a branch of a tree or something, and he drew a diagram on a dirt. That the diagram will be like this, and that was the first blueprint of AC, alternating current motor circuit, which changed the world. Nowadays, most of us use alternate current, not DC, I think direct current. So, and many people, they have got a wonderful idea when they started walking. Uh, so it, the story just came to my mind. So Nikola Tesla, he wrote it in his biography. I read his biography long time back, so I found it in his biography. So what I do, I don't know what is scientifically correct, but what I do, and you can also do that, that I take at least 5 to 10 minutes break, every 1 hour, and I do some walking, or I do some stretching, anything which moves your body. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but you're not sitting. That is the most important thing. That 10 minutes, don't sit. When you are taking a break, you go outside, take a walk, and do some chit chat with your office colleague. If you are doing a job at your office, or you just take a walk at your backyard, but don't sit when you are taking break. Uh, because when you are moving, this BDNF increases, this protein increases in your brain, and whenever you do any kind of exercise also, it increases the BDNF, and this BDNF plays a very important role in like how your brain grow, how you adapt into something, how you learn something, and how you recover, how your brain recovers something. So it's a very important thing. The third thing which I wanted to discuss is food. So we all have a kind of addiction, having sugary drinks or too much caffeine, or sometimes packaged food, chips, junk food. It's okay. We can have once in a while. Otherwise, life would be very boring. So once in a while, it's fine. But too much of junk food, too much of sugary drinks, and too much of this kind of oily food, that also affect our brain. And there are whole literature, you go there in the go on the Google and you find some articles, research report that how the food affects our brain. I'm not going to discuss in detail, but suppose for example, the sugary drinks, the cola that we consume. Again, it's fine once in a week or twice in a week. That is fine. Once in a while, it's in a moderation. It is fine. But the kind of sugary drinks, any kind of refined sugars, any kind of refined sugars cause neuro inflammations. You this junk food, it also affects our brain, and when it affects our brain, automatically it affects our mind. So we should avoid junk food, the packaged food, or the sugary things in a regular manner. But yes, even I also have once in a while I also have chips or burger or Coca-Cola. So that is okay. That is okay. Okay. So these are different habits that we can give up or we can avoid. The next part is important. It's people. What kind of people we should avoid? The first kind of people are called energy vampires. They drain your energy. It could be anyone. Yeah, like vampires sucks the blood from you. These people sucks the energy from you. It could be anyone. Maybe a office colleague, who whenever you meet them, they start venting about, how much they hate the company, the management, the pay, the salary, or, releasing their negative emotions to you. Yeah, again, once in a while it is okay. Suppose a person is going through difficult time. Suppose a person is having some kind of mental health issues. That is okay. But if you meet a person and regularly, if they keep on venting, then it actually affects your own mental health. Why? Because in our brain we have mirror neurons. And what does this mirror neuron do? They copy their emotional state, and it triggers your own body to release those stress hormones. That is why you will see in presence of some people you feel exhausted, and in presence of some people you feel energized. So one person is a energy vampire and another person is energy giver. So you need to find out who is energy vampire in your surrounding. You can find it in a party, office. So uh, we need to be very wise when we are choosing our circle, because it leaves a very profound effect on our mental health. Another kind of people, they have a very unpredictable personalities. They're very moody. When they feel good, they will behave with you properly. When they feel bad, they will be rude to you. So you need to find and you need to avoid these people. You don't need to fight with them. You don't need to deal with them. Just avoid them. There are some people who always, keep on ruminating negative things about their life, or maybe gossiping about something which is unproductive and meaningless, uh, always complaining about life, or always, imagining the worst case scenarios or worst case outcome about the life. Because if you be in association with those kind of people, after some time you will also behave like them. That is why our inner circle should be chosen in a very wise manner. And like there was a saying that you become the average of the five people you meet in a daily manner, or you become the average of five people whom you interact regularly. So the same thing applicable here, the rule of five. Now, what are the different kind of places that we should avoid? The first thing that I absolutely avoid, that is where there is a loud noise. You also may not like loud noise. I cannot tolerate loud noise. That is why I don't go to those disco, those party hall where there is a loud noise going on, because it immediately triggers our cortisol. You know, cortisol is a stress hormone, and you feel overwhelmed, and our stress increases. Why? Because when you when the suddenly the music gets louder, you see a lot of lights or laser things, these and that. uh, it becomes a very sensory clutter, and our brain cannot find any pattern of safety. And when the brain does not see any pattern of safety, the music is going up and high and low, there are light, this and that, it actually uh, increases our stress. So loud noise we should avoid. uh, Toxic workplace we should also avoid. Why? Because we are spending quite a good amount of time there. So suppose we have a 24 hours, and on an average when we work in an office, at least we spend 8 to 9 hours there, which is quite a significant uh, part of our daily life. So if your workplace is quite toxic, inevitably it will affect your mental health. And that is the reason I changed my job. So the last organization where I used to work, it was like that. It was very toxic, and just after 1 year, I started looking for a different job, and then I changed my job because even though you go to the office, you work there for 9 hours, and then you come back, uh, those things remains with you even when you come back to your house. So mm, if you happen to have a very toxic work culture, very slowly, very gently, you can search for another job which provides better culture, and then you can change the job. Because I have experienced it myself that if the workplace or the office is very toxic, it is going to uh, affect you in a negative way. Uh, Another kind of place we should avoid, and that I'm telling you for those people who are working from home, which is kind of a, always on zone. That means suppose you have an office setup, and you work from home, which is right next to your bed, or sometimes you are working from your bed. This is complete no-no. Uh, it should be complete no-no for your brain. Why? Because our brain works in two different way. One is survival, which is called flight or fight. Another is in a very peaceful manner, that is we call rest and digest. So when you are working from your bed, or just uh, beside your bed, and you're lying down and you saw suddenly a email came, your amygdala will be hyperactive. uh, Nowadays the threat has become very sophisticated. You are not seeing a tiger, but you are seeing an email which talks about deadline, and it will affect your mental health. So even though you work from home, it should not be in your bedroom. It should not be the place where you go for relax. The moment your working place and your relaxing place, these two place, the line between these two places gets blurry, our brain cannot, uh, our brain gets confused, because you are lying down on your bed, maybe afternoon, you are taking just 10 minutes nap, and then you will wake up and you will start working again, and suddenly there was a notification on Slack, or there was a email, and you are watching it from your bed. You are not working properly, and you are not relaxing properly. So these two places should be separate. Maybe you can dedicate one room for work from home, but that should not be your bedroom or the place where you relax. Okay, so that was all about something that comes from neuroscience. What about Buddha? What did he, he say about avoiding things? Although it's not very similar what I have uh, discussed right now. At the time of Buddha, doom scrolling was not there. Even uh, mobile phone was not there. But yes, there are something which Buddha said, which has some parallels, which has some similarities that we can discuss. Like Buddha talked about avoiding three poisons. It's called three visha. Visha in Sanskrit means poison. So Buddha asked to avoid greed, attachment. The Buddha asked to avoid anger, and the Buddha asked to avoid ignorance. Okay. Uh, Also, the Buddha asked to avoid anything which cloud our mind, or which cloud our mindfulness. So any kind of I would say intoxicants, or some maybe alcohol, or maybe some mind altering substances. uh, and Buddha was very I should say focused, and Buddha said one thing, that your companion should not be unwise, your companion should not be uh, I mean detrimental to your mental health. And so he always asked to associate with the wise people, and spending time with people who had good ethics, uh, or the people who had more compassion, and the people who had more uh, they have more loving attitude, and they are not selfish, and they are not very greedy. And he actually compared it with a he compared the social circle to a clay pot. I don't know whether you have seen clay pot there, but in India, uh, clay pot is very famous. If you go to Indian villages, you will find clay pots. And the Buddha said that if you put rotting fish inside it, the pot will smell like rotting fish long after the fish is gone. So Buddha said it. He compared the social circle to a clay pot, that if you put rotting fish, the pot will smell like rotting fish long after the fish is gone. So that is what I told you. Like, we become the person, the average of five people will we interact in a daily manner. And Buddha also said that avoiding any kind of extreme. So he taught that the avoidance of both extreme, uh, chasing pleasure all day, or chasing extreme self mortification, starvation, or extreme harshness towards yourself. So that is why the middle way, this is where the middle way comes. So uh, if we connect the neuroscience and the psychology, and what the science is, and what the Buddha said, it's pretty common. And we can find some similarities, but yes, like I said, not exact similarities, because we discussed about so many things which was not there at the time of Buddha. So that was all about today's session. Now, if you'd like to share something, if you'd like to share your practice, that how do you tackle with this thing, so you please do, because we are always learning from each other. Okay, so over to all of you, and thank you so much for attending. If you have any question, please ask. You can use your voice, or you can just type in the local chat. Yeah, thank you. Any questions, or if you want to share any experience, yeah, you can do that. Okay, okay, great. I'm glad, Neo, that you found it helpful. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I also always try to avoid toxic people. Yeah, 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 true. It happens in second life, it happens in real life. Maybe it will happen to afterlife as well. Who knows? Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can take more breaks, because sitting is the next smoking, as they said. Sophie said, I'm getting better at being polite. Yeah, that's okay. We are all in work in progress. And Marty said, energy vampire. Yeah, there are many people who suck the energy out of you. True, true. It's better to avoid them and not to get bitten by them. Okay, so I think no one has any other questions. So thank you so much for joining. Next Saturday, again, we shall come and we shall learn something new. Sophie said short breaks to just breathe for 60 seconds and check in with myself. Yeah, that's great. Uh, just 1 minute, 2 minute break, and scanning your body, your emotions. It's a good practice. Okay, I'm glad you liked the session. Okay, thank you so much. So I wish you all have a wonderful week ahead, and next Saturday we will meet and we will discuss. Okay, bye for now, and namaste.